Hi everybody, welcome to NoMind Wellness. I'm Frank Obregon, founder, coach, yoga instructor, all of those things. I'm gonna give you a quick warning here right off the bat. This is gonna be kind of a long video, so if you're not that interested in who we are and what we're doing, you can either tune out or go watch the video on YouTube where I'll put chapters and you can kind of skim through and find the important parts of what you're looking for. But the reason why I'm making this video is because you found us, our Instagram or our website, and you want to learn more. You know, this is the About Us introductory video. So I get really hyped up when I'm researching a new company that I'm interested in working with, and I find their About Us section and it says stuff about the owner and their family, and I love learning all the background and why do these people do what they do. And when I can buy in to something like that, I get really excited about it. So if I'm running my own company, I want to do it in that way that would get me excited if it was a company I was trying to work with. So that's what this video is. Again, it's going to be a little bit long. I'm sorry, I apologize. I'll try to trim it and cut it up. But if you are interested in who we are, what we do, why we do it, you found the right page. So like I said, I'm Frank Obregon, and I started this thing with my wife. We actually started it a few years ago. That's when the idea was born. NoMind was conceived in 2020. Shortly after we started dating. Basically, she was teaching yoga virtually. Everything was shut down. I was teaching CrossFit full-time. Our gym had just reopened and we were back in after a few months of doing a bunch of YouTube videos and having everything be online. We were finally coaching real people face to face. And I was also doing some personal training on the side. Some older clients from other gyms and places I had worked at had reached out. So me and her kind of discussed hey, why don't we get together and market our training services. It was going to be personal training for me, yoga for her, and yoga for myself as well, because I was also still teaching yoga part-time. At that time, it was just one class on the weekends for free that it was really just for me. I didn't want to make any money off of that. I kind of just wanted to provide the service, and hey, if you guys can join me, great. If not, I'm doing yoga by myself on Saturdays at the park. But we said let's put our efforts together and market ourselves, build a little company. So we did. We started it up. We made the logo. She designed the logo. I designed the website. We put everything out there. We were working with a couple clients, and then just kind of hit the pause button as we started to get more serious and combine not just our efforts and our careers, but our families. She moved in with her two boys, and it was just a really unsure time to start your own business. We didn't know what was going on. Like I said, gyms had just been closed down for months, and there was wave after wave of COVID. It was a real stressful time, and we wanted to just have some kind of steady, consistent schedule. So we went back to the old ways, and we took these boring desk jobs, which they served their purpose. Not to talk crap about anybody with the desk job. It's not for us. We did it. We did our time, and now here we are 2-3 years later, almost 2 babies later, now a family of 6, 8 if you include the dog and the tortoise who's hanging out right over there. And we're ready to get back into the things that we love and that we're really passionate about. And that's what I'm here to talk to you guys about. I've spent a lot of my career in the wellness space, coaching CrossFit, coaching gymnastics seminars around the country, teaching yoga at a few different places, and I loved all that stuff. It was amazing. And I can speak for my wife, same exact boat. We both went to college and got degrees in fields that we weren't really interested in. I did IT, and she did mass communication, because I believe her degree is that was the major that she had. And we both worked in these fields and just weren't stoked about it. I'm sure she'll come out here and make a video at some point, giving a little background more about her story. But I know for myself, when I found CrossFit and yoga, which was almost around the same time, 2013, it changed my life. It completely changed my life, and I wanted to give that to other people. I wanted to help others transform their lives in the way that I had. And that's what we did. That's what I set out to do, and spent several years, like I said, coaching at a few different CrossFit gyms, doing personal training. The gymnastics seminars was probably one of my funnest jobs, traveling around the country doing these 2-day seminars. And something that stuck out when I was, one year, I think it was 2017, which is when me and my wife had originally met. We met at the yoga studio that I was teaching. I was teaching on boot camp and I was teaching power yoga. And in that space, in the yoga community, it was, I guess, a little bit more popular, the term life coaching. And I kept getting asked. I got asked probably like 3 or 4 times by different people, like, do you do life coaching, or have you ever heard of life coaching? And I would kind of like brush these things off because I had no idea what they were talking about. It sounded something like kind of almost goofy and cheesy. I'm like, I coach exercise, I coach movement, was where my head was at. I'm not gonna coach somebody's life. How do you do that? And over time, like, I little by little started meeting more people that either were a life coach themselves or had their own life coach, and I started learning a little bit more about it, but still not too much. It wasn't, I think, until 2020, like shortly after we conceived the idea for NoMind. It was originally going to be called NoMind Training, and I have some stickers that I had made up, keychains, as I say, nomindtraining.com. I was hanging out with my aunt at the time, and just helping her like organize her life a little bit more. And one day, I don't know what triggered her to send me this, but she sent me a text one night and she said, you should do this with a hyperlink. And I clicked the link and it sent me to a University of Miami website for continuing education courses. So it was a course called Professional Coaching, and I had no idea. Again, it was like the same thoughts that crossed my head when I heard life coaching and when I heard professional coaching. But I started reading the description, and what I realized was they were talking about life coaching. It was just a continuing education course through the university. Like, they're targeting people that have college degrees and college educations. They're trying to be like way more professional about this. So it didn't sound like this ethereal thing anymore. It sounded like something that I can wrap my head around and fully grasp and understand. And I got stoked immediately. Like, it lit a fire. Reading that description, and then I went to ICF website, which is what the course taught. If you complete the course, you can take an exam to get credentialized by ICF. Started reading more there, and I realized, like, man, a lot of the principles of coaching, of like, they call it professional coaching, other people call it life coaching. It's all the same thing. There's a bunch of different terms for it. The term that I like myself is goal coaching, because that's basically what it is, and that's what really lights my fire, is goals and goal setting and planning to move forward. I realized that this was something that I was kind of doing in like small increments throughout all these other things that I was teaching, all these modalities. Like, I was teaching movement, but kind of theming it around like this is yoga, this is CrossFit, this is powerlifting, whatever it may be, this is weightlifting. But all these things are making you better as a human, not just stronger, fitter, better looking, but like better all around, holistically. And that is what really drove me throughout my years of all these exercise training modalities. What drove me was like the spots in between, the moments in between, the little breaks in between the 6 a.m. class and the 7 a.m. class, where 3 people would hang by to just talk to me about their day, or when people would show up early and tell me about this new endeavor they're taking on in their life. And when people really weren't talking about, like, I PR'd my deadlift, I got an extra 50 pounds on my back squat, like, those things are great. They really got me excited. But like, when my buddy's like, man, I asked this girl out, I finally got the confidence and asked her out, and she said yeah. Or when someone else is talking about this breakthrough they made at work because they did all these things that helped them grow and develop into more fulfilled human beings, and that's what made me keep doing what I was doing. The competitive aspect of CrossFit was not for me. The aesthetic aspects of like the yoga community here in Miami was not for me. What really always got me excited was like that personal growth that people were experiencing, and the active listening elements of coaching, the not telling people what to do, but helping them figure it out for themselves just by being present to them and asking them the right questions at the right time. All those things like drove me like a magnet into this course, which I signed up for like almost immediately. I think it might have been like not even a month between the time my aunt sent me that text and the time I signed up for the next course. It spanned 2021 and 22. It was 11 months, almost a year of that course. And in that time, like I said, we got busy with our our boring old day jobs and the family, 2 babies have come into the world in this small house, and we got a little sidetracked and distracted. She kept teaching yoga. You know, that was awesome, and I commend her for that. She was able to work a job that was from home, so she can stay home with our younger one, and then on Fridays she went and taught this one client that she hung on to. I put everything on pause. I just I'm like, I'll come back to it later. But yeah, here we are. We're now restarting, rebooting NoMind. My focus is now gonna be on personal coaching. Goal coaching is the term that I prefer, and you guys call it what you want. What it is basically a one-on-one relationship, coachee, where you guys set, or us and you as the client would set goals together, and then just figure out what's standing in the way from where you are today to where you want to be on this goal that you've outlined. It's an amazing process. It's completely transformative and life-changing. I'm really excited to get going, to get started. I know she's really excited. So here we are. Wish us luck, and I hope to see you guys, especially some of you guys that are watching that know me from the yoga world or the CrossFit world or the gymnastics world. I'd love to welcome you guys on board. We are still offering yoga as well. I will be teaching some yoga classes virtually, sparingly, you know, as needed. She's going to be doing most of the yoga, and I'm going to be doing most of the coaching. So if you guys are interested in either, or have friends who might be interested in either, reach out. There's links and buttons all over the website and Instagram. You can call us, you can email us, you can text me anytime. But yeah, that's where we are with NoMind. That's the journey that has brought us to where we are today. Some things for the future that I'm excited about. I'm working on reviving a goal setting workshop that I used to do back when I was teaching yoga as well. I think that was actually one of the things that spawned one of my students to ask me if I did life coaching. I developed this goal setting workshop that was called 3-2-1 Goals. So I'm reviving that, and I'm gonna put it up as a free PDF. So if you guys are following us on Instagram, reach out. I'm sure one of these posts around here is talking about how to get access to that free PDF. And if you like the information, if it's helping you and you want to go a little bit deeper, I am currently also in the process of developing an online course to help you complete those worksheets. The workshop initially was intended to be done to be delivered live. So I'm giving this workshop to a group of people, and they can ask questions and we go back and forth as a group. We're not doing that just yet. We probably will plan for that in the future as well. But right now I want to package it together in a way that you can do it on your own. And anyone can just sign up, download the PDF, and the course, I'm aiming to keep that also very, very cheap. It can't be free because I have to pay for the platform to build the digital course. But I'm going to keep that also as cheap as possible. And there is a way to get feedback. So you can do it completely on your own. Submit your answers. I can go in, or she can come in, give you some feedback, some advice and help if you get stuck along the way. Some aspects of the workshop are a little bit sticky or a little bit difficult to get through. So I totally understand the need for that feedback, and that online course should be exactly what a lot of you guys, a lot of people who are looking to move forward with goal setting, it should meet all your needs. So yeah, I think that's pretty much all I wanted to talk about. I was going to talk a little bit about where the name NoMind came from, but I think I'll save that for another time. You guys can do a quick search of the term NoMind and basically kind of figure out where we're at, why we settled on that name for a company run by yoga teachers. So yeah, guys, reach out. Let me know if anybody has questions. If anyone wants to get started on coaching or yoga, either virtually or in person, we have all the services up on the website. And keep an eye out for that workshop, that goal setting workshop and online course coming soon. Thanks, guys. If you like the sheets on that PDF, if you like the information, if it's helping you, and you want a course called Professional Coaching. Airplane passing by, so I'll give it a second. Bye.